I'm tickling you. I'm tickling you. So today I am going over 50, yes, 50 things that we stopped buying to save money and become a little more minimalist and mostly save money. So to clarify before I dive in, we are not minimalist per se. We do not keep things that we don't use regularly. I don't like clutter. I like a very clean contemporary home. So we don't keep things that aren't getting used. But having said that, we do subscribe to the KonMari method type. We only keep things that we really love or actually use. I mean, I really believe in things like sparking joy, especially decorative things. And that's why I'm getting rid of this vase, because it does. And that's why I'm getting rid of this vase, because I promise there is absolutely no joy when I look at that thing. Mostly it's just irritation at the company for claiming that the resin wouldn't yellow. Hi, I'm Wendy Valencia. So number one, everybody, if you have followed me for a hot second, you already know this. We don't pay rent and we don't pay a mortgage, because 4 years ago we moved in with my parents, and literally every time one of the two families tries to leave, there's some sort of grave illness, and most recently COVID. So I think we're just destined to live together forever. Number two, expensive shoes. I have an affinity for really expensive shoes. My work shoes, for example, my favorite work shoe brand is Todd's, if that gives you any idea. So rather than buying new shoes, I actually take the shoe to the cobbler and I get the heels replaced or the soles replaced as much as physically possible. And I really only buy new shoes when I absolutely have to. Number three, grocery delivery services that cost money. And that's for Shipped, which was $14.99 a month. And then there was Harris Teeter, which is I think $14.95 a month to pick up. Those things I prefer to pay as you go, so that's why I primarily use Instacart if I'm going to be ordering groceries, or if I need to pick up groceries at Harris Teeter, I'll pay the $5 fee, because in order to break even I have to guarantee pick up groceries 4 times a month, and I just don't. So it would be a waste of money for me to do that. Number 4 is the latest tech gadget, and if you have followed us for a hot second, you know Mauricio and I love our tech stuff. So now, rather than just going out and buying them, we actually will wait and decide if we really want it, and if we do, it goes on the list to be given as a gift. Number 5, paper towels. Sort of. Mostly this applies to paper towels to keep the house clean. We generally use rags for that. We do still buy paper towels some, but eventually I expect us to phase that out completely. Number 6, going grocery shopping without a list. Yeah, that is a no-brainer. Always have a list, always stick to the list. There are very few exceptions where we don't stick to the list. Number 7, fresh flowers, because they're gonna die. Number 8, shopping for the sake of shopping. I used to go shopping just to wander around and see what I could find. But truth be told, I only end up spending money I did not plan on spending when I do that. So I cut that out altogether. Number 9, pre-cut items at the grocery store. So this one really smacked me in the face with watermelon. I am a watermelon addict, as is my dad, and we can eat a whole watermelon in 3 days. And so I decided to compare the prices of one of those packages of watermelon at our local grocery store to an actual watermelon. And the actual watermelon was $5.99, and the watermelon in the package, and it was a good family size package, it was huge, was $17.99 or $18.99. It was insane. And you got way more watermelon in the actual watermelon. So yeah, I can take 10 minutes and chop up a watermelon. It didn't even take that long to save $10 for sure. Number 10, sponges for washing dishes. So Mauricio and I have an ongoing battle over sponges. He likes sponges. I don't like sponges because they get mildewy and they smell really quickly. And you have to keep throwing them away and replacing them. And sure, I try and put them in the dishwasher as frequently as possible, but somehow they manage to always get mildewy. So recently I found these Swedish dishcloths and I love them. You can put them in the laundry and with bleach and they're fantastic. I mean, I've had them for months, like 6 months maybe, and they're still doing great. Number 11, things I've never bought before from Costco. So I learned fairly early on that if I want to try a new product, I do not buy it at Costco first. It's wiser for me to buy a more expensive amount at the grocery store and then later go back and buy it in bulk at Costco if it ends up being cheaper. Because I can't tell you how many times we bought something and then gotten rid of it because we didn't like it or it didn't get used or it tasted gross. Number 12, Q-tips. So this one, we're just in the process of transitioning over. We still have several Q-tips, but I'm hoping we won't have to buy any more. We recently purchased the last swab, which is like the newfangled Q-tip replacement. And I am hoping, I love this as a concept, and I'm hoping it lasts long term. Number 13, trendy clothes or new clothes. So Mauricio and I both have a pretty curated style. You know, I'm kind of eclectic, but I have a solid style. And I stick to the same brands for the most part. The brands I like are the brands I like and they fit me well. So I typically buy those over and over and over again. Mauricio, same story. So last year I met Ramit Sethi, and oddly enough, when I met him, I recognized his pants of all things. And people apparently have been asking him about it all day long because they were kind of like pajama looking pants, but made of wool. When I first met him, I said, hey, nice Brunellos, because Brunello Cucinelli is a brand I knew. And he looked at me and he was like, you know this brand? And I was like, yeah, it's the same brand of pants I buy for my husband. And he's like, wow, you have really good taste. And I wish I had gotten this whole thing on video. You would have died. Anyway, so we were talking about it, and he was talking about it being a luxury brand, and I, in the back of my mind, was thinking, I buy all my husband's pants on eBay, and we get them altered when we're down in Colombia, so you may pay $795 for a pair of pants, but I don't. I pay less than $100. So that's one of my secret little tips to buy really nice clothing at really cheap prices, is buy one size larger than you actually wear and get it tailored down. But buy it used on eBay or Poshmark, because truth be told, all of our clothes we buy secondhand. Number 14, the hair salon. You know, I don't spend any money at the hair salon. Mauricio colors my hair. Number 15, subscription services that we don't use on a regular basis. And those are things that come annually or monthly, things we pay for regularly. If we're not using it, we cancel it. Number 16, cotton balls or cotton pads. We actually use the washable kind now, and I got white ones so I can put them in to be bleached. And so far, I mean, they get a little stained, but that's okay. I have special ones for makeup removal, and then there are other ones. So it's worked out really well. Number 17, water in a bottle. Yeah, no. We have bottles. We fill it up from the tap. Number 18, smoothies. Anybody remember Mauricio's gold-filled smoothies? Yeah, those stopped when I found a copycat recipe for Mauricio's favorite smoothie online, and now we just make them at home. Number 19, brand new cars. We are a used car purchasing family. I think it'll be decades before we purchase a brand new car. I think after we make our first $10 million, we'll probably buy a brand new car. Number 20, newspapers and magazines. We do have magazines at home. We currently do get Coastal Living, Architecture Digest, and the Washingtonian. And those we got because they were part of a fundraiser for Melina for Girl Scouts. But other than that, I don't buy magazines at the grocery store. No matter how awesome they look, I just don't. And we don't buy newspapers either because we get all our news online. Number 21, gym membership. We canceled our gym membership. It was just too expensive considering we have a gym at the office. We both have a place we can work out for free, so why would we pay money at a gym? Number 22, things that I have on hand just in case. If I hear myself saying, I need that just in case, either I need it or I don't. There is no just in case. Number 23, mousse and gel. And you can probably see that during the summer, my hair, the curl falls a lot. And I basically look like a giant frizz ball, and that is why you will see me with my hair in a ponytail a lot more often in the summer than any other time, because the humidity in Virginia makes my hair frizz and all the curl fall out. Products I will ever use in my hair is I use an oil to keep it healthy, and then I do use a beeswax spray on Melina's hair, but not on mine very often. I think I've used it once or twice, but it keeps those little fine little baby hairs around your face like actually back. Number 24, plastic food storage items. So that's like those ZIPLOCK plastic or Tupperware or any of that. We use Pyrex glass or mason jars. That's what we use for storage for food, except for one exception, which I'm going to talk about later. Number 25, apps that we don't use a lot. So if we don't use an app at least several times a week, it does not get renewed or whatever. On the whole, we don't really purchase apps. Number 27, toys for that one. So we've reached the age where she still plays with toys, but not as much. She's super busy. She's got tons of activities going on. Well, pre-COVID, she had tons of activities going on. But she keeps really busy, and she's more interested in spending time with her friends or being outside or whatever. And when she is playing, she's probably playing Roblox or Minecraft. Legit. Her other favorite thing is making DIYs out of everyday household things. She does it all the time, and probably by the end of today, the things that she's talked about will be painted and decorated. She loves doing that. So those are the things she does. So, you know, we have games at home, which we play all the time, and puzzles and stuff like that. But there's no real point in spending any more money on toys. Number 28, dresses for fancy stuff. I've got 2 black dresses and I wear them for everything. One is slightly fancier than the other one, and I can dress them up or dress them down depending on how fancy I need to be. And I've worn them to cocktail parties and blended in perfectly. Number 29, disposable items for lunch for all of us. So Mauricio and I, Aunt Melina, we take our lunches every day and we make everything at home. Usually, you know, it's leftovers or it's a planned meal of some sort. But I don't use anything to pack lunches that we will throw away, nor does Mauricio. He packs his own lunch. For example, we take our lunch in Pyrex. We use regular silverware, throw the Pyrex in the microwave. Works great. I've talked about them 1,000,001 times. Melina, as you all know, we use the Sistema little sandwich boxes with cupcake liners to separate the different foods. And of course, no Ziploc bags, which is number 30. We don't use Ziploc bags for lunches at all. But we are also trying to work our way from using Ziploc bags in the house at all, because historically we used a lot of them. So I've been moving to these stasher bags, which are food grade silicone that you can boil, you can throw them in the microwave, and I love them. And eventually I will have enough that we won't need to ever buy Ziploc bags again, because they are a little on the pricey side, but so very worth every cent. Number 31, haircuts every 2 weeks for Mauricio. So I don't cut Mauricio's hair because we learned during the great haircut experience of COVID in April that I am not a hairstylist. He looked better than he did, you know, with his Bruno Mars look, but it wasn't a good look. It took him I think almost 2.5 months to grow his hair out by the time I was done with him. But what I do is I trim up the edges with his razor. So while it's growing in, it doesn't grow down his neck. So we keep the line solid, and he can go 2 weeks more, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 weeks, depending. Without getting a new haircut. Number 32, souvenirs when we travel. In my world, pictures are always the best souvenir, and I love creating picture albums. I really do. It's like one of my favorite things to do. So in line with that, number 33 is gifts for people while I'm traveling. with the exception of my daughter, because she always needs to know that I'm thinking of her. Number 34, mani-pedis. When I lived in Mexico, I used to get a mani-pedi every weekend because it cost me like $8 to get a mani and a pedi. Yeah, it was crazy. Obviously, since in the United States, it's so much more expensive than that. I'm not doing that. Number 35, tchotchkes and collectibles. The only thing I collect is little things of sand from every single beach I've been to, but they're tiny. I don't like having stuff sitting around. Like I said, I'm very contemporary. My style is very sleek. Not a lot of stuff decorating the shelves. Number 36, books. So y'all know I love Audible, but I do not like physical books. I don't like having books sitting around. I don't like books on shelves. The only books I actually have are photo and memory albums, which are super important to me. And then I also have those books sitting on my shelf in my studio, which I bought by color, not by actual book topic, because the color was right and I thought they looked good there. Number 37, dollar store items. I don't buy stuff from the dollar store because their stuff legit is cheap. It's not good quality. It's going to fall apart after 1 or 2 uses. There is a rare occasion I might buy something at the dollar store. I mean, I did buy those bins that I use in the linen closet, but my plan was just to buy something super cheap that I could use for a couple of years until we redid that linen closet. So aligned with that, number 38 is cheap furniture. I try and avoid buying particle board furniture at all costs. If I'm going to buy furniture, I try and buy it secondhand. Number 39, makeup that I don't use on a regular basis. So for me, every day my makeup is exactly the same. The only difference is whether I wear like an arch through here or just a solid color on my lid. I wear the same foundation, the same powder, eyeliner, mascara. I only wear Carmex on my lips. I do have lipstick, but they were samples and I don't wear them very often, maybe every once in a while, usually when I'm filming a video. Number 40, kitchen gadgets that I won't use on an almost daily basis. When we're talking kitchen gadgets, I will invest a lot of money in kitchen gadgets that I really like. My air fryer, I love. I use it all the time. My blender, I use it all the time. My stick blender, I use it all the time. But the rest, I don't really need. I do have a mixer, which I've had for years. And I use it when I'm baking, and that's about it. So that is the exception. And I also have a Instapot, which is like a crock pot. I use it constantly. Number 41, fancy stain removing sprays. There is literally nothing in the world that cannot be removed by a combination of OxyClean, Fells Naphtha soap, and Dawn dishwashing detergent, and a long 4-hour soak in the washing machine. I can virtually guarantee, unless it's gel ink, it's gonna come out. Number 42, fancy or specialty Band-Aids. Why? Because I have a child that thinks Band-Aids are stickers. So now I just buy plain Band-Aids, and then I buy these big pads that you use with that self-sticking tape, and so I can cut it to any size and make any size Band-Aid. So I just buy a standard Band-Aid. Number 43, Clorox wipes. So this one is totally new to 2020. Before 2020, I was kind of a Clorox wipe addict because I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. Okay, I'm a lot of a germaphobe. And so I always had Clorox wipes. I had them at work, I had them at home, I had them in the bathroom. I had Clorox wipes everywhere. And I used them constantly. But when it became difficult to get Clorox wipes, I stopped depending on them. And you know what I discovered? They actually leave a really gross film on stuff that now I'm not using them that I don't have anymore. So I may never go back to using Clorox wipes because there are other options. Number 44, sticky notes. I do not buy sticky notes ever anymore. Why? Because last Christmas, Mauricio gave me a fluid stance slope, and oh my goodness, I love this thing. I use it constantly. I want one for the office. I love this thing. I use it all the time. Number 45, juice, especially that in individual packets. We don't drink juice in the house. We drink water and chocolate milk. I will tell you that I am slightly addicted to diet root beer. See? So I do still buy Diet Root Beer, and Mauricio buys LaCroix because he lives on sparkling water. Other than that, no juice. So since we're talking about the things I drink, number 46 is fancy wine. Not gonna lie, I am a box of wine girl now, because box of wine isn't what it used to be. It used to be really cheap wine. Now there's like some solidly good wines in boxes. Number 47, sale items that I was not planning on buying. Because if I wasn't planning on buying it, then buying it just because it's on sale is actually spending money, not saving money. Right?
Yeah.
Number 48, special dishes. We have white dishes and white dishes only. We don't have Christmas dishes or Easter dishes or pink dishes or red dishes. We don't need them. White dishes, you can decorate for whatever fancy meal you want around the dish. We have regular dishes, everyday dishes, and then we have our china, which was given to me by my grandmother, which is also white and lovely. Number 49, perfume and cologne. I used to buy these things. I don't wear them anymore. Mauricio doesn't wear them. Maybe we'll get like a little sample in the mail or at the store or whatever, and we might wear that. Number 50, disposable seasonal decor. Everything we use for various seasons to decorate our house is packed up and used the following year. We do not use anything that is consumable. So all of every holiday, it looks the same year after year after year. If you like this video, make sure you click down in the description box, go sign up for my newsletter, and I'll see you in the next one.
See ya!